Hi, my name is Bill Allen, and I'm the instructor for the Earth and Space Science Iowa Learning Online spring semester course that you've signed up for. I wanted to create a quick video here, and I'll try to keep it as short as I can to address some of the things that we see at the beginning of the semester, so that you're not too confused heading into that first week of school. And I guess I'll use this time to introduce myself a little bit to you as well. If you haven't taken a course from me in the past. I teach full-time at Central Lyon High School in Lyon County, which that's way up in the northwest corner of Iowa. We're about as far north and west as you can get and still be considered in Iowa. My house sits 6 miles from the Minnesota border, and we're about 35 miles from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, so we're way up there. I teach Central Lyon is kind of a smaller high school, so I teach a wide variety of classes. I teach Earth and Space Science at Central Lyon. I also teach freshman physical science. I teach AP Chemistry and Chemistry. And this year I also teach physics and a Principles of Engineering course because I'm a robotics coach for our two FTC robotics teams. So that's a little bit about what I do during the day. I do teach full-time, so you'll notice in the syllabus that I've got office hours set up in the evening on Thursday evenings, and I'll talk about that more a little bit when I get the syllabus pulled up. But I just wanted to click on the first page of the Earth and Space Science course and kind of walk you through a couple things. I guess number one I want you to get out of this video is if you are confused or struggling or need help with anything, communicate with me, whether that's via email. If you want to send me text on my cell phone, that's fine too. Or if you want to meet up with me via video recording during my office hours or by appointment, if there's a time that would work better for you, just let me know. And as long as you're communicating with me, then I think you're going to find that this course isn't that difficult. And I think that there's plenty of opportunities to have some fun along the way as well. So one thing that we have going for us in the science department is we get to do the labs and stuff like that. And the Earth and Space Science course uses some common everyday household items to have a lab with each unit as well. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you. And I'm going to go right here. So this is the Earth and Space Science course as you would see it once you get logged into your ILO account. And so this is our learning management system. And the very first thing I need to point out is that within this learning management system, the first thing that we have to do is we have to do this ILO orientation lesson. Now, this is different than the Earth and Space Science beginning with science lesson. This is where we actually start getting into the Earth and Space Science. This is an assignment that is actually required for all students taking an Iowa Learning Online course. So don't confuse the two and don't think that you can skip one and do the other or vice versa. This one needs to be done first, and there are due dates that are located down here in the Assignments tab. You can see that there are actually ILO orientation lesson. This is different than beginning with science unit, and these due dates are Friday, January 9th for this creating a plan assignment here. Then once we get into the beginning with science unit, then the due dates are for that particular unit as well. So this ILO orientation assignment is not hard. It's just getting you familiar with the learning management system, getting you familiar with the Genius system. Moodle is our learning management system, by the way. And then there's a short code of conduct quiz that you'll take after reading the ILO code of conduct. You'll create your Moodle profile. You'll create a plan. What that means is you're going to set aside time each day, not once a week. Each day you're going to set aside time to work on the Earth and Space Science course just like you would if you were taking this course in a regular classroom. And you're going to create that plan, and then that plan is going to be the first assignment that you upload to the site. So once you get this assignment done then, and future assignments as well, then when you get done with this assignment, you can see the description here. Then you're going to have to upload the file for the assignment. Now make sure that you're uploading this correctly following these directions here, And then that's what I will go into and grade. Now your page is going to look a little bit different than this, because this is where I would actually go as your teacher to go in and grade the assignments. But it's going to look similar enough that you should be able to walk yourself through it. Okay, so that's that first unit, and notice the due dates. We start right off this week. We've got stuff due on January 9th, which is Friday. So make sure that you're getting right after it and asking questions if you have any questions. Then once we get into the regular course material, then you'll see a pattern start to develop. With our beginning with science unit here, you'll click on pretest. The pretest is for you to use, for you to see, you know, what you're strong in and what you're weak in, and what areas you need to work on throughout the unit. But then once you get into the actual lesson material, then you'll have options. There will be, like for instance, this one starts off with a short video, which you'll watch. And then after the short video is completed, then you'll click here to start going through the material. One thing I want to point out, when you click on this arrow, sometimes a series of tabs shows up down here. And you will have to go ahead and navigate through each one of those tabs to get all of the information. You can see this is the beginning unit, so it's pretty basic. It talks about citing your sources, collaboration. We will be required to do one collaboration project, which we'll talk about more later in the semester. It talks about labs, course information, how you get around in the course. Make sure that you're going through this material, taking notes and such, because this is where the learning is going to occur within the module. I realize this first unit is kind of rudimentary, but if I click back here, and if we go down to one of these other units here, like the geologic timescale, okay, here's the lesson. And then as you go through the lesson, this is the type of information that you're going to want to be taking notes on. Okay? Whenever you see one of these words highlighted in a different color, then you can click on that to get the definition. This is the material that they're going to be testing you over. So this is the material that you're not going to want to treat lightly. You're going to want to go ahead and take notes on it and study it, and be prepared to then take the quizzes and the module exams over this information. Okay? So hopefully that gets us off on the right foot. I did want to pull up my syllabus as well. The syllabus is loaded within the course management system there. Make sure you read through this. I realize it's long. I realize that there's a lot of information in here, but I wanted this to be a one-stop spot where you could go and you could find out the information that you needed to complete the course successfully. You'll notice we've got due dates. Unit 1, beginning with science, 123. This is the earth science units here. This doesn't include that extra ILO assignment that needs to be done first before we begin Unit 1. Due dates. If I have a due date of, say, January 23rd for the beginning with science exam, that's when the exam's due. You've got to make sure that you set up time with your coach to make sure that you can get the password to take that exam and get that done before the due date is over. I'm easy to work with as long as you communicate with me. What that means is, let's say 2 weeks from Wednesday, we've got a test and you're sick that day. Just send me an email, Mr. Allen, I'm sick. I'm not going to be able to take the exam. Thursday's really busy for me. Is there any way I can take it Friday? My answer is going to be, of course you can take it Friday. Sometimes life gets in the way. I understand that. And sometimes we need to push dates back a day or two. What I don't want you to do is get into the habit of thinking that you can turn everything in late. If it happens once, I'll be understanding. If it happens again, I'll work with you on it. Once it happens a third time, now we're seeing a pattern that's developing. And when that pattern develops, that's when we've got to nip that in the bud. And that's when you're going to start seeing zeros appear on your scores. So if you communicate with me and if you've got something that honestly keeps you from turning something in on time, then I'll work with you. But other than that, you need to follow the due dates. And if you do that, I think you're going to find that the course isn't as difficult. By far and away, the students that think my courses are the hardest are the ones that are turning stuff in late, getting zeros for easy assignments that they should have gotten 100% on because they didn't have it done on time. Those are the students that find my courses tend to be the hardest. The ones that pay attention to due dates and keep current with the coursework, they tend to think that the courses aren't all that bad. So fall into that second group. Don't get behind. I want to scroll down one more thing here in the syllabus. Read through all of this, but then also at the bottom here, I've got some information on labs. The lab materials, work together on them if possible. You can help each other out with a difficult material. All of this stuff here, you're going to want to be looking ahead on when a lab's due. You don't want to have a lab due on, say, a Tuesday, and you come in Tuesday morning and find out that you need chocolate chip cookies. This is one of the things about taking an online course. I don't have this stuff in my classroom for you to show up and do the lab. So you've got to take the initiative, and you've got to be looking ahead a little bit on when those labs are due and make sure that you have the material that you need to complete that lab. Nothing here is out of the realm of possibility. It's all pretty much common household items that you're either going to have at home or possibly you'll have right there in your school in the classroom where you're working on the course. Excuse me. But make sure you're looking ahead so that you have the material that you need to have. Okay, and then I guess I should have mentioned too at the beginning here, this is my contact information. You can reach me by phone. This is a cell phone number. I do not answer the phone during the day because I work full time, but if you want to text, you can text me at that number. The quickest way to probably get a hold of me is via email. And I do check my email throughout the day. I don't always get to respond right away depending on what's going on, but I will check that email and I'll get back to you later on that evening if necessary. The other option is my office hours are every Thursday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. or by appointment if you can't make that. I really encourage you to take advantage of this because this is where you and I can use this Zoom software that I'm using to record this video right now. We can use this to communicate via video conference, and it's actually pretty slick. And that way, if you have any questions or if you need me to go over anything with you, that'd be a good time to kind of set aside throughout your week to be able to reach me. That's enough on the syllabus. I want to try to keep this as short as I can. I would say that if you read through the syllabus, get started right away on the coursework, and stay current, that you're going to find that it's a pretty enjoyable semester. Communicate with me, and I think you'll find that I'm a pretty easy guy to get along with. And make sure that you contact me via email, text, through the video conferencing during office hours if you're having questions, and I'll do everything in my power to help you guys out. I guess I probably should have introduced myself for those of you that are newer. I talked a little bit about where I teach. I'm married. My wife also teaches high school and middle school English at Central Lyon. We have 2 young boys, Aiden and Jacob. Aiden's in 2nd grade this year, and Jacob's in daycare. He'll start preschool next year. So those 2 keep us hopping quite a bit as well. In fact, if you're on here during office hours, don't be surprised if you see one of the 2 of them walk up behind me and start talking to me, because they think it's pretty cool when they can see their dad's bald head on the computer screen. So, I guess my hobbies, I enjoy the outdoors. I like to hunt and fish and trap. I also like to read. We have 2 labs as part of our family as well. We hunt behind those a little bit, although they're Wrigley and Allie, and Wrigley's getting a little old. But we have 2 Labrador retrievers. Black lab is Wrigley, chocolate lab is Allie, and really that's about it. I enjoy education, and so I enjoy teaching because I enjoy learning, I think. And so that's why I got into teaching for Iowa Online Learning. And I just want you to know that I'm here to help in any way that I can. So if you have any questions or if there's anything I can help with, make sure that you contact me immediately. And I think we can all have a very successful semester. So I'll stop this recording now so it's not too awful long for you. And I guess, the main thing, read through the syllabus, stay current on the due dates, and if you have questions, let me know, and I think we'll have a good semester. So, okay, everyone have a good first week, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys soon.